The Van Lunen Center is making an impact on our school through the project entitled Reimagining Marketing and Enrollment, led by my dad, Jonathan Butterfield, a member of the Maroon Platoon, who serves as the Executive Director of Christ Community Lutheran School. Details coming up. Greetings, Christian school leaders. Welcome to the CCLS Evening News, Van Lunen edition. My name is Samuel Butterfield, a graduating 8th grader at CCLS, anchoring tonight's broadcast. Christ Community Lutheran School is a thriving school located in Kirkwood, Missouri, a first-ranked suburb of St. Louis, and home of the Arch, the Clydesdales, and the St. Louis Cardinals. CCLS began this school year with an all-time peak enrollment, completing the year with a record 635 students. We have been named a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence by the U.S. Department of Education, as well as an exemplary school by the National Lutheran School Accreditation Commission. The sense of school community is strong. Our faculty is excellent. Students are excelling inside and outside of the classroom. There is a culture of continuous improvement. We are known and well respected in the communities we serve, and kids and families are being connected to Christ and His church. However, enrollment in Lutheran schools is declining across the country. Families face many reasonable choices of where they can send their children. Gone are the days of Lutheran families choosing to enroll their students in the local Lutheran school simply because it exists. Even after being armed with this knowledge, it is easy for our schools to get stuck doing things the same way we have always done them. While the saving message of the gospel will never lose significance, we must make intentional efforts to continuously improve our marketing and enrollment strategies in order to attract and retain families in a highly competitive market. Despite our recent success at CCLS, we realize it's easy to rest on our laurels and simply serve families who happen to choose our school. Thanks to the summer session at Van Lunen, my dad was motivated to ignite a passion at CCLS to ensure that our Lutheran school remains relevant, engaging, attractive, and effective. After all, we certainly have room to improve in all these areas. Our leadership team's first step was to bring Jim McKenzie, the consulting superhero, to our campus. He led us on a deep dive through a number of topics that we've been working on this year. While we have implemented some of the strategies and have already reaped some benefits, other improvements are still in the developing stage. The team's introspective journey with Jim began with the challenge to think about why we do what we do. We reviewed Simon Sinek's video, Start With Why, and began to ask ourselves how often we share with our community why we do what we do, as referenced in his golden circle. What we found is that we tend to focus much more on what we do, and we need to be more of a vision-driven organization. Our teachers have begun working on our profile of a graduate, and our upcoming strategic planning year will formalize what, for instance, this infant in our early childhood program will look like as a graduating student, like me. With a clear vision of why we exist, our mission of how we will make that vision a reality will follow. We've also been working to improve our messaging, how we tell our story. We realize that too often we find ourselves telling a story where our school is the hero. We now more fully understand that when our vision is clear, the real heroes of our story are our students. The focus on telling stories of changed lives has already made a significant impact. We told such stories in February at our dinner auction, and we raised more than 3 times our record amount of tuition assistance. As we retool our messaging, we've stopped thinking of ourselves as a commodity and more like a unique service. We realize that while we are similar to other schools in many ways, there are characteristics, programs, and services at our school that make us distinctive. Me too, branding may keep up with the school across the street, but it does not give us an advantage attracting families. Rather, we are learning the art of flanking where we can set ourselves apart from our competition by serving students and their families where they cannot duplicate our effort. We've asked our constituents what makes our school unique, and together we've identified a number of things, like our sense of community, co-curricular programming, flexible early childhood class options, how we develop a biblical worldview through service opportunities, annual home visits, and our ongoing global partnership in CCLS Uganda. We have a story to tell to our community. Slowly but surely, we are more effectively marketing our school using the power of the internet. While the sky's the limit, the realistic limitations seem to be time and personnel. As a result, when we employed a new office manager this year, we hired a young mother whom we stole from a local university's marketing department so that she can help us build a more robust online presence. We're focused on a number of things we learned from Mr. McKenzie. We used to believe that we could just send everyone to our website to find out anything they needed to know about our school. However, we never knew how many prospects go to our website and choose another school without our knowledge. We learned that we cannot give prospective families a reason to stay at home by putting everything on our site. We want them to come and visit us. We are building a new website that will cater to the shopping parent and will include a password-protected portal for our current parents. We want to be able to tell the story of changed lives where the students are the heroes. Playing off of the old Mad Libs, we are gathering fill-in-the-blank stories where a family can tell about their changed life from their experience at our school. The fillable PDF stories will be located on our website for people to create their own customized story, and we will use them to market to our community. Our teachers have done a fantastic job tweeting ongoings in their classrooms. It has been a great way to keep parents connected to the classrooms and teachers connected to each other. We have also embedded Twitter feeds onto every teacher's webpage on our new website. Our next goal is to do a better job of using Facebook to help tell our story. Mr. McKenzie tuned us into the power behind using constant contact and a drip marketing campaign strategy. While we used constant contact for some other purposes, we did not consider creating pre-written messages that we can send to prospective families every so often. It is a great way to use flanking and messaging strategies that tell stories of changed lives. We have taken the opportunity in our weekly newsletters this year to help equip the promoters of our school. We've offered tips, questions to ask, and prepared comments to connect prospects to our school. Also, we just completed the Parent Satisfaction and Referral Survey with GraceWorks Ministries, and we plan to host a promoter reception in early fall to ensure that they are equipped to be ambassadors in our community. Finally, despite our success in enrollment and retention, Jim's expertise strengthened our efforts as we implemented some new practices that are already producing results. We are now intentional about using the term visit as opposed to tour with prospective families. Our language now accentuates the fact that we want to meet with prospective families, build relationships with them, customize their experience, and help them envision a new story on our campus. We no longer lead families on tours of our buildings where our school is the hero. We have also created a script for answering the phone and trained every staff member and volunteer who works in the office. We now use a Google form that is edited with the caller's information and automatically sent to our Director of Enrollment. And people who answer the phone may even try to get an appointment on the calendar before transferring the call to her cell phone. We have streamlined the process and have scheduled more campus visits than ever before. The idea of spin selling gave us words to go along with the method that we have employed for some time. We already have success stories. Getting families to begin to imagine a new story at our school is an effective and proven strategy. Our most effective retention strategy is to intentionally create a culture that we call a third-place community. In short, the idea is that the first place is the home. That's where our families are, where we most closely connect. The second place is usually work, where we form friendships, socialize, and spend a considerable chunk of the week. However, humans need a third place, a connection into a community that's not just a family, and a place that is not work. We have intentionally given our families more and more opportunities to connect with each other, giving them no other choice but to continue in community at our school. There's a lot more work to do at our school, but we're off to a great start. We're thankful for the world-class training provided at the Van Lunen Center. Thanks in part to you, our schools are making a significant and eternal impact on thousands of students and their families, just like me. I'm Sam Butterfield signing off. When news breaks, I fix it. Good evening.